What's up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video music for the first time. As a musician myself, the day is finally upon us. I am going to be playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3, but before I do that, I have to hear a collection of song requests that I have in the backlog, and we're starting with these two, which are requested by J2ojuiced and L'Anonyme. Just a quick side note, I'm recording these in April. By the time you're seeing these, it's not going to be in April. I don't know when, but it's going to be much, much later. Also, I'm doing this completely different from ever before, where I have no idea what these song names are. Every other video here, I know what the song is. I have a YouTube link. This, I have no clue. I had some help kind of scrubbing the data, so all I see is like Xenoblade 1 song, Xenoblade 2 song, and then this kind of just stock image. And that is to prevent pretty much all spoilers as possible. So I'm doing that for all the songs. I have no idea what these songs are called until probably way later when I'm done with the game. Anyways, well, I guess I could advertise that it'll be here on Jesse's VODs, but again, you're seeing this in the future. So we're gonna start off with the first song, whatever it's called. Now, hopefully it's not too messed up. I'm opening it in a player. Okay, let's just hope nothing breaks. This is the first song from Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I'm excited. Though I will say the listening order I was given kind of hints that they probably play early, so. I think I'm gonna hold a lot of thoughts. I'm taking this opportunity that I know nothing to just kind of bask in the music, you know? It's already pretty orchestral. Clarinet. Tambourine. Oh, this is exciting. I'm excited. I can't wait to play this. Flute. I think I've heard of the flute a couple times in this game already. Dude, I've done the most mentally to like scrub my mind of everything I've heard so far in 3. I don't even know who the composers are in 3. I can guess though. Has a bit of a nature feel to it. I'm not gonna lie, it's really nice not having any context, like none, besides what game it is. I've never done this in this whole time of the auditorium having no song name. It's really nice. It doesn't influence anything. Yeah, there's definitely some flute going on here. Oh, I gotta make sure to pause this in time. Make sure there's no like autoplay. Some cellos. Okay. Make sure I stop it before the next one. Hopefully the volume wasn't too crazy. I've never had to use that for a reaction. Okay, so damn, this is exciting. I've been doing this for almost 3 years now, just about 3 years, and I've never done this approach, right? I've always had the link someone sends me, and I'll have the game it comes from and the song title, which is fair, you know. But what that does is obviously influence me a little bit. And I mean, even in this case, it's not completely blind. I know what game it's coming from. And like I said, these were given to me in a certain order. It wasn't really specified when they play, but it was given to me like, hey, play these songs before like you start playing, basically. So I'm kind of going chronologically is what I'm assuming. So at least there's that, you know. So I can assume that this being the first song I hear has to be the intro song. Well, there's two ways to go about it. From my experience of Xenoblade 1 and 2, there's either like the menu screen where you can just sit and idle and like a cinematic will play, or it's the very first song as soon as the story starts and you're getting the whole lore. And you have to remember, I've like scrubbed my memory of anything Xenoblade 3 so far that I listened to. So I don't know if I've heard an intro already. I don't know what I've heard and for what. So like I'm taking this seriously, right? Like I'm going through all these steps just to avoid anything going into Xenoblade 3. Like I've avoided this much so far. You know how hard that is when you got hundreds of comments in your Xenoblade videos and you're like, I'm surprised I don't know anything yet. So not having the song title is pretty unique. It's very unique. It's not every day I do like a first time thing. So all I can really do is assume. I'm not going to assume what the song is called, but I would have to just assume that that's the first thing you hear. You know, I mean, it kind of sounds cinematic, but to me, I'm going to go with the main menu, like the title screen. And before I move on to the next one, that was a very emotional kind of song. Not that the other two games weren't, but there's a different flavor here for sure, right? Like one was, I'm pretty sure it was Yoko Shimomura. I always confuse who does what as far as like I always confuse Yasunori Masuda and Yoko Shimomura when it comes to the intro / endings of the first two games. I know, like I interchange them in my head. For 3, I don't know really anything as far as composers. I don't know if they brought back Ace or Yoko or Yasunori. I don't know anything as of now. By the time you're seeing this, I will know. Like, I'm assuming you're going to see this video, unless you're the requesters. I think you're going to see this probably like 2 or 3 months later. I wonder if I'll look any different. But yeah, this is in April. I know nothing. Anyways, that was the first song. So let's see. This is the second song from Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I like not having the titles. If only I could always do this. This is the second song from Xenoblade 3. Again, this emotional kind of overtone or undertone. Piano, that could be Yoko Shimomura. Just these two songs alone don't sound like the rest of Xenoblade 1 and 2 to me. That's interesting. Now this one sounds like the main theme, or the main title theme. This is going to be a very interesting group of songs I hear. And percussion. Flute, again. I think I've heard flute before in 3. know what this is reminding me of? Because I recently played it, the first one. It just reminds me of Magna Forest a little bit. Just that outside jungle feel. I wonder if I'll catch any motifs in these groups of songs. Oh, I just realized this could be a town theme. And I just heard like maybe day and night. Damn, it's weird not having context. There seems to be more of an emphasis on orchestral this time around. More cellos, more violin. Some filtered percussion. Yeah, it's really giving me Magna Forest feels. It's so ethereal. This is like a challenge. It's like the true test, how much have I learned in these past 3 years? Can I discover what a song is conveying just completely through the music? That always reminds me when I get some comments. It doesn't happen all the time, but I see them sometimes, and they're nice. They're compliments. They're like, "Damn, I can't believe some of the stuff you get right with just listening to the music." At the end of the day, they're guesses. They're somewhat educational guesses. They're a musical background guess. They're just pure imagination, and that's another reason I started doing like the sub series of BGM vibes. A lot of songs under a certain umbrella have a certain sound, and you can kind of just start to group stuff together. Sometimes. See, like I said, I wasn't told anything on these, and not having a song title like really is. It feels very foreign to me, and I feel a little lost. But overall, especially with Xenoblade, because Xenoblade has day and night cycle music. So now I'm thinking, and I wasn't told. Okay, I was given like an order to hear them, but I wasn't told why to hear them in this order, right? For example, I was given 4 batches of 2 songs, so 8. But it wasn't told to me like which order to do the batch. So it could have been, a certain way to throw me off, whatever, right? So I'm thinking of all these things. I'm thinking of all these factors. Like, maybe was it a certain order I should have listened to? What am I getting from these? These both sound. So here's what I'm thinking. I would have to assume they're super early on in the game, like the first 10 minutes of the game. So my brain immediately goes to intro, main menu, and intro story scene. But both those songs felt really almost too melancholy for that. And I'm only comparing that to my previous experience of 1 and 2, right? I don't know what to think here. Well, I can tell you immediately, there's a different feeling with 3 already. Like, quite a bit. I haven't heard enough of the music where I can get a grasp of it. I've heard some stuff, and I remember some things, but not much. The only one that really comes to mind now is, I don't even remember the name of it, but it was the one that had like a heavy metal guitar in it. And the reason I remember that is because I pulled my guitar out and learned it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I've heard and for what. So this is so interesting to me. especially because these are gonna be really fun to like look back on. So I guess I can just leave you with some guesses. It's a really vague guess and very wide, but it's either the first two songs you hear or the first town you're in, and it's a day and night cycle of that. Although they both sounded really sad, so it sounded like they were both. If it sounded like two night themes to me, so. Or these songs could just not be related whatsoever. I feel so like, I don't know. I just have to use my intuition here. But lastly, yeah, there's definitely like some more orchestral stuff going on, more cellos, more violins. It's really, really slow and emotional already, which is interesting. So we'll see how the rest of the batches go and see if they all have this kind of lingering orchestral sound. It's the only way I can describe it. But that's really it. That's really it. My guess, first two songs you hear or the first town you hear. And I think that's really all I can do. Yeah. So we move on to the next batch. And that's all I'm doing today. I'm just listening to 8 songs straight of Xenoblade 3. So I have to kind of like cleanse my palate every now and then and take little breaks. But hey, at least we'll be playing it. So I'm excited. Okay, so thank you to the requesters. And again, the playthrough is right here at Jesse's VODs. Thank you to all the requesters and everyone you see on screen. I couldn't be here without them. My name is Jesse. See you in Xenoblade 3.